Well, good morning. This is Bug Eater 64, getting ready to do the second leg on our Around the World tour. We're going to get our PMDG DC-6 here all set up and get on our way. We're headed for Wake Island today.
Cockpit pre-flight.
Be about 1,889 miles.
Completed. Voice recorder. Tested. Flight kit and ship's papers. On board. Fuel and fluids. Checked. Pressurization. Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked. Doors and hatches.
Yeah, we've got our flight plan ready.
Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
And starting up engine number 3. Yeah, it looks like it's turning over nicely. I'll get ready to start number 4 here in just a second. Conditioner to full rich. And starting number 4. Number 2. And finally, but not least, number 1. Get our landing lights on. Double check everything and we'll get her moving here.
Start select and boost pumps. Off and off. Battery switch. Plane battery. Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power. Removed. After start checks complete.
Okay. Brakes off. Let's get moving. And we've got a fairly long taxi to our runway, so I'll give you a little snippet of the history of our destination, Wake Island. The island was first discovered in 1568 by a Spanish explorer who named it originally San Francisco. A British ship captain by Samuel Wake rediscovered it more than 200 years later in 1796, and the island was subsequently named after him. The 1840 United States exploring expedition led by Charles Wilkes and naturalist Titan Peel gave their names to the smaller islands, but it was Pan American Airways that put it on the map. They built what they called the Payville, which is Pan American Airwaysville, and a 48-room hotel on Peel Island, using it as a refueling and rest stop on their then new China Clipper passenger and mail route between San Francisco and Hong Kong in 1935. Ultimately, Japan attacked Wake Island just hours after its Pearl Harbor, Honolulu attack on December 8th local time due to the time difference, then laying siege over to Wake Island for the next few weeks. They successfully took the island, but not before smaller U.S. military and civilian forces there sank 2 Japanese destroyers, 1 with shore batteries and 1 by air, sunk a submarine, substantially damaged their other ships, and killed nearly 1,000 of the invading Japanese forces. 8 months later, Wake Island, a stirring dramatization of the island's defense, was released by Paramount Pictures, garnering a 4 Oscar nomination, including Best Picture. And the island was then called the Alamo of the Pacific. The island returned to U.S. control following the Japanese surrender, while there is now conflicting claim by the Marshall Islands, which became independent in 1986. It has since served as a refueling stop and staging ground during the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and Operation Desert Storm. It served as a way station to the U.S. for 92,000 Vietnamese refugees in 1975 and evacuees of the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines. It currently participates in the testing phase of possible ballistic missile defense system. Wake Island was struck by a super typhoon, a Category 5 tropical storm, in August 2006. The atoll's population of 188 at the time was fully evacuated. 70% of the buildings were damaged, but not as badly as feared, and major components of the island's infrastructure survived, including the airfield. As of August 2007, the island is up and running again, and that's why we have the ability to go visit it at the end of our flight today.
Stabilized. Cal flaps. Cal flaps. Cal flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power.
Brakes.
Full power set.
Alright, release the brakes and we're rolling. Airspeed is live. V1. Rotate.
Positive rate, gear up. Gear selected up. Gear up, lights out. Flaps up. Flaps going up. Flaps are up. Meter power. Setting meter power 48 inches, 2600 RPM. Meter power set. Climb power. Setting climb power. Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please. After takeoff checks complete. Set cruise power, please. Setting cruise power.
Okay, we'll be flying at about just over 9,000 feet, just above the clouds.
Cruise power is set.
Kind of hoping that the sun catch up with us, but we are flying away from it. And through the power of excuse me, editing, we can cut this 9-hour flight down, make it more enjoyable for the passengers, get there a little quicker than we would otherwise. We got about 275 miles left. Just over now. And the sun has not caught up with us yet. And here we are, 8 miles from touchdown. You can see it way off in the distance there. Having never flown here, we're going to make a flyover and...
Cooling turbine. Normal. Fuel tank selectors. Mains on, crossfeed off.
And we'll
Fuel
do a
booster
left-hand
pumps.
pattern.
On low. Hydraulic bypass valve. Down. No smoking signs. On. In-range checks complete.
And the sun never got us. So it's going to be a night landing.
Setting flaps 20.
And
20 flaps set. Mixtures rich, please. Auto rich.
autopilot off. Turning on final.
Mixtures set. Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down. Gear down and locked, 3 greens. Props. 2400 RPM. RPM set. Cal flaps. Plus 3 degrees. Cal flaps set. ADI. ADI off. ADI is off. Landing lights. Speed good, extending lights. Lights extended and on. Car beat. Car beat cold. Before landing checks complete.
Yeah, runway is about the most exciting thing you're going to see here at Wake Island. Alright everyone, welcome to Wake Island. Hope you enjoyed the flight.
After landing checks complete.
Okay, the parking area is down here on the right, so we'll just head that way, but in the meantime, as we go down the taxiway to go to the parking area, let's take another look at that landing. There's something really pretty about an airplane at night with those landing lights. Yeah, and as heavy as that airplane is, takes no time at all to stop it with the reversers. So. Just a great old airplane. Well, hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, when we head for Tokyo, Japan on the 3rd leg, safe flying.